But I love old fandoms too. Like, we have a Friends pop-up coming up. I'm gonna bond with all those people.
No disrespect to the OGs, Seinfeld, The Office, Sex and the City, they're all great, but we're living in the golden age of television and it seems kind of silly to keep watching the same old shows over and over again.
While I'm all for watching new series, there's plenty of time to indulge in the nostalgia that old series such as The Office and Friends offer. Classics are classics for a reason.
I've never watched a single episode of Friends.
It's blasphemy.
I just don't get the appeal of it, and I feel like
It's funny!
honestly, I don't have to watch it because everyone cannot stop talking about it.
But it's in everyday conversations because it's funny, because it's classic. Like, we bond over that. The whole point of it is kind of just saying it to other people and being like, that's what she said from The Office or something, like in a silly but fun way.
My big thing about The Office, Friends, Seinfeld, all of these old school shows is that they truly have become an identity for people.
Yeah, I get that too, but I also don't see these shows as my personality. Like, it's just something that I like. Like, everything that I like is not part of my personality. If you watch Euphoria, if you watch Fleabag, is that part of your personality?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Game of Thrones made me wait over a year to watch this entire season and then only to be disappointed by it. Like, at least if I turn on Gossip Girl, I know what episodes I don't need to watch anymore because I'm like, oh, that one wasn't great, but I could still watch the ones that I know are great.
Good things come to those who wait. I love the anticipation. I love the fandom that builds before something new comes out. You get to rally around it.
From watching Friends and from watching The Office, I know I'm gonna laugh at them. Like, I'm not putting on a new show and being like, wow, this is boring. I know it's funny already.
And I think that's the really safe way to play television because truly, and I know it's so cliche to say, but we are actually in the golden age of television. There's so many shows to watch, it almost feels kind of redundant to go back to the same old show over and over again.
I watch all those new shows, but I also go back to them for familiarity. If I put on Friends before I go to sleep, I know what's gonna happen, but they're not overstimulating me. Like, I'm gonna go to sleep on a good note. Like, it's not keeping me awake at night.
There's no reason why Netflix should ever spend that much money on keeping a show on the air for that. It's a 20-year plus old show, and
Yeah,
the fact
people are
that
still watching it. That's why they're buying it.
probably my biggest thing is how dated all of those references, how dated all of those plot lines are. Friends has no diversity, which is the #1 reason why I never watched it. The fact that Aisha Tyler shows up in 2003 is
Gabrielle
beyond.
Union was 2001.
Okay,
Lauren
dang.
Tong was through season 2.
Oh, she had her facts.
No, and I do agree that these shows are flawed, but that's not limited to the 90s and aughts. That is very much still, I never see people that look like me on TV. 2019, Game of Thrones aired this year, and not perfect.
What about Tuca and Birdie? What about One Day at a Time? We have the opportunity to have these more diverse and unique perspectives on television, but you've got people who do these huge campaigns on Twitter. It's please don't take away The Office for the 5th time. It cost $20 million, but we really want to have it again. And it's we've got all of these shows that are, featuring women of color, that are featuring these differently abled people and these different storylines, and then they get literally canned because they're spending all of their budget keeping these old shows.
I mean, the old shows do show, I think they push boundaries for the time. Friends showed the first lesbian wedding, look it up. Even if Friends or The Office were not offered, I'm not gonna tune into a new TV show because it's there. I'm only gonna tune in if I think it's worthy of my time anyway.
It just feels like a total waste of time to keep pouring all this money into a show that literally came out 20 plus years ago. We're just embracing this staying comfortable thing, and I feel when you put on these shows before you go to bed, of course it's almost like a lullaby. It feels so great to watch that before bed, but it's we've got so much to see, so much to hear from. Wake up!
To be clear, I'm all for watching new series, but watching reruns is a pastime enjoyed by millions. It offers an escape from the real world. There are no feelings of disappointment, just joy and fulfillment.
Get out of this echo chamber of Jim, Pam, Charlotte, Miranda, Carrie. There are so many things out there that we need to hear and experience. I think it's time to watch another show.
All those offer. Nope.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one.